You feel exhausted even after resting. So you take a weekend off, lie on the couch, and maybe cancel plans and still wake up Monday feeling like you've been hit by a truck. And your pain ramps up as the day goes on and when shit gets really, really stressful. And so you get headaches, you get the neck and shoulder pain that won't quit, and even your tightness in the jaw returns, and your joint just flares up with inflammation. And you're noticing that your energy is nowhere near where it used to be. And the tasks that used to feel very easy before now feel so hard. And it feels like a big workout to just do them. And by 2 to 3 p.m., you just feel so done. And the more responsibility you take on your business, like the more clients you get, the more you expand your team, the more you launch, and the decisions that you got to make in your business, the more your body seems to feel more inflamed, more painful, and it's just fucking exhausting at this point. So these are the three very important things that I've learned from my clients who have gone through these exact same symptoms. And these are the three patterns that I've seen within them that has contributed to all of these symptoms and why they're feeling this way. And the very first one is that they've lived through highly stressful events without their system ever completing those cycles, without fully processing them. So a lot of my clients have had high stress situations, whether that be surgery, whether that be moving, whether that be even something like childbirth, sometimes even divorce, or losing a parent, losing a pet, um, whatever it has been, or even from before in their teens, their families having financial stress, and all of that, they have felt that stress on top of each other without the time to actually process them and complete those cycles. And so when that happens, the nervous system stays braced and in a mode of protection, even if logically we know that it's past, right? Maybe even decades, 2 to 3 decades have passed since those events, but their body is still in that braced position because it hasn't been allowed to actually release the stress naturally. And so this happens because then this happens when that trap tightness in the shoulder and neck gets really tight, and the headache because of all the pressure and all the things that have gone on. They have belly aches and digestive problems because when the nervous system is in a brace survival position and in constant survival mode, then it doesn't prioritize the digestion. So they get the problems there. And it just feels like everything is always on, and nothing in nature is meant to be on all the time. And so, because these highly stressful events are still in the background running unconsciously, those are taking up energy and resources in their body. And that's why it feels exhausting. That's why they're so tired. And so the minute we address their body, and how I help my clients regulate is firstly through the body. We don't do a lot of mindset stuff. We actually do a lot of body stuff first, and regulating through the body and the sensory systems to turn off the previous stress cycles that haven't been off. The second reason is that they have also been wired to ignore their basic needs and focus on everything and everyone else first. They will answer client messages at very early hours in the morning. They are the ones who fix the fires immediately because they're so smart and good at what they do. They take care of everyone else before asking themselves what they need first. Everything that comes in goes through the lens of, will this benefit someone else first? And so their nervous system has been trained that their own needs are non-negotiable, but everyone else's is urgent. And so their body is consistently running on empty because it just has become their default pattern. And so they will skip out on sleep because their sleep is not important to them. They skip out on meals because at one point when you're just surviving, your hunger cues and your hormones that tell you you're hungry or you are full get very desensitized and dysregulated. So they don't know which one is which. And they stop doing the movement, and so the circulation gets really funky all over their body, which leads to the pain. And so this is really one of the things that I first work on with my clients is to break this cycle, to break this habit, because at this point it has become an automatic habit for them, and have them learn a new habit of having a filter of them being energized first. And this becomes a big game changer for them. It is uncomfortable, but when they get out of it, it's like the pain stops. Surprise, surprise, right? They have way less pain. They are able to be more alert. They're actually able to be more productive because they have enough energy to actually get shit done because they're filling up their energy reserves first. And then they stop resenting other people or their business because they have enough energy to give out. They start feeling and fueling from overflow, which is such a much better place to run from. And the third reason why this happens is because their identity has been built to become the person who is hyper independent. And so when it asks for help, it doesn't feel safe or it doesn't feel right. And this is because a lot of them have been trained to be the one who manages everything. This happened since they were a child, whether that be from how they grew up and how they were parented to even working at their previous jobs. They have just become that person who just manages everything. So when they receive support, when they delegate, or when they let someone else carry part of the load, it feels very risky. It feels like it's not right. It even feels weak, or, I should be doing this. I'm capable of doing this, so I'm not going to do this. And so there's that inner battle always. Um, Even though they know that they shouldn't and can't do everything anymore. And when a nervous system always holds that responsibility, it will always have that inner threat surveillance system that thinks, oh, what does everyone in this room need? And that in and of itself is very expensive for the body to maintain. And so it's the same concept that when we train their system to go through their lens first without feeling guilt, without feeling shame, then they are able to then ask for the help and they are able to take things off their plate, even though if it's just something little, so that they have more space for themselves to clearly think. And that in and of itself creates peace, which then their stress levels are less and they can think clearly and act more clearly and execute very cleanly. So if you're someone who's always in pain and always exhausted, which one of these three did you resonate with? It's not really a fact that your body hates you. It really just cannot work anymore based on what it has received so far. It will only do the things that it has been provided for. And so once you train your nervous system, you get better at handling stress. You get better at delegating without feeling bad or that you're in trouble for giving something else to someone else. And when you do this, compoundingly over time, your body will start trusting you so that it doesn't have to scream at you through pain and exhaustion just to get to your attention. And it will actually give you the energy to actually grow your business. But it first has to get its basic needs met first. So if you want to stop living in a body that feels like it is always being wrecked and fried and crashing and inflamed as you build your business, check out the links in the comments where I'll show you how to start changing this pattern and start making more money and making more clients without wrecking your health.